You're tuned in to the only all-sports talk network in the Middle East, IsraelSportsRadio.com.
Are you having computer issues? You just got to try these guys. Tiger Computer Services, 050-708-1599. All of Jerusalem is talking about them. They're super experienced, efficient, reliable, and honest. Their lead technician has over 20 years experience and holds a BS in computer science from a top American university. Mickey from Macavia says, I won't let anybody touch my computers except for Tiger. So call Tiger Computer Services, 050-708-1599. Believe me, you'll be happy that you did. Ruben from Baca says, I've had many technicians in the past, and these guys are some of the best I've seen. Laptops, desktops, netbooks, Macintoshes, iPods, iPhones. All hardware and software problems, advice, and instruction. The next time you need a very experienced and honest computer technician, call Tiger Computer Services at 050-708-1599. Mention Israel Sports Radio for a 15% discount for all new customers.
From the AACI studios in downtown Tapio, Jerusalem, it's Louis Live! And here's your host, me, Ari Louis. Well, good evening. Hope everyone had a good Rosh Chodesh. Everyone is taking it easy with the fact they can't have meat for about a week. I'm not in the greatest mood right now. Friends, I apologize. I lost my briefcase. Everyone loses stuff from time to time. It's a very frustrating thing. You just expect it to be there. You count on it. You rely on it, and then it's not there. And my briefcase, I brought it into studio here, and I can't find it. I got my Tuatzut. I said that like an Israeli. It was pretty cool. I got my credit cards in there. I have that little company stamp, which makes no sense, but Israel asked you to use it because Israel is a country that makes no sense. I got a couple of books in there. Get some checks. So yeah, it's going to suck. Hopefully I'll find it in a couple of days. Well, it's pretty good, though. You know, the weather's nice and cool. Go to Yonah Bashan's party tonight at Gove after the show. I'll be walking instead of taking the bus because my bus ticket was in there. But no one really wants to care about me complaining. I tell people that all the time. You know, this is a sports show, and we're here to talk about sports. We're here to kind of detox ourselves and go away from the annoying parts of the day. So let's get to the biggest story of today. And I'm shocked by this, and I still don't really believe it. I think this will change. But at this point in time, as of right now, this current moment, Randy Moss is retired. Last season was a disaster for him, as you know, going from the Patriots, the Vikings, to the Titans. And as of right now, he's done. 13 years in the NFL, 34 years old. Moss's agent, Joel Siegel, member of the tribe, said the receiver was considered offerings from several teams, but decided to retire. Siegel did not specifically talk about the offers, probably because there weren't really any, or there certainly weren't too many, if any. Hey, that rhymes. People were just not interested in the antics anymore. You know, the way I like to say it, Randy Moss, they're comparing Albert Hainsworth to Randy Moss now with Bill Belichick, and look what Belichick did. They didn't say any of these guys, Ron Artest is on there, these crazy people. There's a time clock. There's a time clock on these guys. It's you know, these guys are not cured. What you do with these guys is you try to extend them as long as possible before they break and have a meltdown. And Belichick got some good years out of Randy Moss. He got about 3 years. He got 3 productive years. One of those years he broke the record for receiving touchdowns. So, Kol Kavod, because you didn't have 3 quiet years at any point in Randy Moss's career in Minnesota, and that 1 year at Oakland was a disaster. So, Bill Belichick is one of the greatest coaches of all time, partly because of what he did with Randy Moss. Okay, and I'll give you some numbers just to tell you where he is. Again, we're not going to count the 2010 with New England because that was a disaster. 07, 08, 09 played 16 games a season, which he generally did throughout his career in Minnesota and Oakland. Oakland, sorry, he was there for 2 seasons. I apologize. I mean, here's some numbers just to give you. All 3 years over 1,000 yards receiving. Now, 07 was his best year. Almost 1,500 yards receiving. Just staggering. That's just a staggering number right there. And touchdowns, of course, 23, which is the record. The next 2 years, he had 11 and 13, respectively. And his average was about 15. So he had some great production in New England. Minnesota, for example, he never got over 20 touchdown catches. His highest was 17, did that in his rookie year and in 2003. And again, even besides the stats, the clubhouse cancer that he was in Minnesota didn't appear in New England until the very end, after the 3 years. And as soon as he went back to Minnesota, he started causing problems, complaining about the food, saying the food is for dogs, that type of stupidity, other spoiled behavior, childlike behavior. Wasn't under Coach Belichick. It wasn't under Billy. It was under Hoodie. And Hoodie did his job, and all these guys, again, the Ron Artests, the Randy Mosses, the Albert Hainsworths of the world, all those people that cause problems, even under Bill Belichick at some point, they can't keep it together, and that's why the agent, quote, declined to comment specifically on the offers from other teams, because there were no other offers. I just don't. I think people didn't want to deal with him anymore. It's one thing to deal with Randy Moss when he's 24 and in the prime of his career, but at this point, I still think he's an extra receiver. I still think someone will put a flyer on him, but it's not going to be too many teams. Not too many teams are going to deal with that. His numbers last year, by the way, again, 3 different teams, 8 games with Tennessee, 4 with Minnesota, 4 with New England. You know the red flag, obviously, when Minnesota got rid of him. And he squirted that water a bit far, just a total child. 5 touchdowns last season. So there you go. And total yards, I am not the best at mathematics, but it is approximately 400 yards, which was a few games for Randy back in the day. And even then, by the way, he had 3 touchdowns in his 4 games in New England. That was more than he did in 12 games in the rest of the year, just to give some more ideas. One of them was that great bomb against the Jets. That it looked like he was jogging, wasn't even running hard, and caught that great pass against the Jets secondary. So that's it for Randy Moss. If he stays retired, he'll go down as the second all-time in touchdown receptions. First, of course, is Randy Moss. Excuse me. First is Jerry Rice. But still, here's some of the records Moss has. Got touchdowns in a season, 23. Touchdowns by a rookie, 17. Most seasons with 17 or more touchdown receptions 3 times. 16 or more 3 times. 11 or more 8 times tied with Jerry Rice. 10 or more 9 times tied with Jerry Rice. Most games of the season with at least 2 touchdown receptions, 8. Now again, 2007. You know what? Probably Jerry Rice's 88 year when they won the Super Bowl. He was the Super Bowl MVP and won the MVP according to the Associated Press. Probably the best year for a receiver. Second to that was what Moss did in 07 with the Patriots. Just unstoppable. There was nothing that no one could do about it. And a few years before that, he was a wash-up in Oakland. So we all know some of Randy Moss's antics. And this song has been played numerous times on this station. But it's just that good, and in honor of Mr. Moss, we're going to play the song that everyone's come to love.
Well, before I get the questions, man, I'd like to say something. Everybody, one clap! Pull your 84 jerseys out. I'm back home. Pull your 84 jerseys out. This is going to be a fun ride. This is gonna be a fun ride. Everybody, one clap. I'm gonna play what I wanna play, do what I wanna do. I'm gonna say what I wanna say. Did I say anything stupid today? My role is to take the ball deep, take the top off the defense. Take the ball deep, take the top off the defense. If I can't get to it, nobody can get to it. I don't shine shoes, I don't tape ankles, I don't cut checks. Great cash, homie. I don't shine shoes, I don't tape ankles, I don't cut checks. Great cash, homie. Everybody, one clap, one clap, one clap, one clap. Pull your 84 jerseys out. I'm back home. Pull your 84 jerseys out. I'm here to play. You can print it. I don't care how you put it on your ink. Everybody, one clap. I'm gonna play what I wanna play. I'm gonna say what I wanna say, do what I wanna do. Next question, next question, next question, next question, next question.
You're looking at this opportunity to revitalize your career.
I don't need to revitalize nothing. Everybody know who I am. This probably will be my last year here as a Patriot. You guys tell the people, Moss this, Moss that, Moss this, Moss that, Moss this, Moss that. Are you gonna come out today, Moss? This, Moss that, Moss this, Moss that, Moss this, Moss that, Moss this, Moss that. Pull your 84 jerseys out. I'm back home. Pull your 84 jerseys out. This is gonna be a fun ride. This is gonna be a fun ride. Everybody, one clap. I'm gonna play when I wanna play. I'm gonna say what I wanna say. Do what I wanna do what I wanna do. You know, I am human. I do have emotions like everybody else.
If I can't get to it, nobody can't get to it. Brilliant. That's a brilliant education you got there, Marshall there, Randall. The Marshall alumni should be proud that one of their own is speaking with such eloquent manner. If I can't get to it, nobody can't get to it. Goodness gracious. It just brings a tear to my eye. So Randy calls it done at 34. He's got a different outlet. With the difference between him and Terrell Owens, Owens, I think, needs a spotlight much more than Randy Moss. All wide receivers are divas to some degree, but he is not the same diva level as Terrell Owens. He's got that motocross company. He can work on that. I think someone put a flyer out there. I don't think he's playing this season. Maybe a couple years from now. You could just never rule it out with these players. Their word doesn't mean that much, and when they say they're retired, you can't always buy it. I think this season, though, he is done. But Randy Moss, he talked about how much he liked the Patriots and missed them after he was gone. You just never know. You just never know. Receiving wise, again, if you want to compare him to Terrell Owens, it's the obvious comparison. They both play in the same era. Owens drafted third round 96. Moss drafted in the first round in 1998, same Peyton Manning draft there. And one of the reasons he was picked, Dennis Green liked him. Dennis Green just saw the talent. And a lot of controversy come out of college, if you remember. A lot of attitude problems. I wonder where that came from. In any case, they both played similar careers. Owens, this point, 36. They both played in one Super Bowl. Both played very well in the Super Bowl. Owens could have been the MVP, even though the team lost. I mean, he was just terrific against Tom Terrific. Randy Moss caught the game-winning touchdown against it would have been the game-winning touchdown, had the Patriots held on against the Giants in Super Bowl 42 in Glendale, Arizona. But it was not to be, as some guy threw a ball and someone caught it on his head, and some guy caught a ball and then shot himself later on. So weird stuff happens in sports all the time. The 10-6 Giants beat up on the 18-1 Patriots, 17-14. Good game. It was a pretty good game, I would have to say. One of the better Super Bowls we've probably seen. It's a shame. All the diva stuff and all the records, all the touchdowns. Another reason why Rice is a whole other level. I combine Rice and Moss there. Another reason why Jerry Rice is a whole other level. 3 Super Bowl rings, was the MVP in one of those ball games as well, Super Bowl 23. Reason why Taylor was open in the end zone on that 3rd and goal was because Jerry Rice is double teamed. Owned that game. It was one of the better Super Bowl performances that we've ever seen by anyone, not just a wide receiver. So, yes. Yes, indeedy. Yes, indeedy. I'm going to miss Randall's tactics. He's got a little bit of everything. I want to tell you about some of the stuff he's done. This was the traffic incident, if you recall. This was 2002. He was driving, and he's preparing to make a legal turn, and a traffic control officer, who was a female, noticed what he was about to do. He stood in front of his Lexus car, told him to stop. Moss didn't listen to the officer. What a shock. He doesn't like authority. And he bumped her with the vehicle. Fell to the ground. And Moss was arrested. Of course, they found a joint in the ashtray. And was originally charged with assault with a deadly weapon and misdemeanor marijuana possession. So he paid a $1,200 fine and performed 40 hours of community service. That's interesting. If I hit somebody with a car, I'd probably have to do more than 40 hours of community service. Yeah. There was a civil lawsuit filed by the traffic officer in the low to mid six figures. Moss claimed the joint was not his and that he let his friends use the car prior to the accident. I understand. Of course, 2004, he left the game early against the Redskins, and he mooned the fans in Green Bay. He had a great game, though. 4 catches, 70 yards, 2 touchdowns. They won 31-17. After the second score, Moss trotted to the end zone, the goalpost, and faced away from the crowd, faintly pulled down his pants to moon the Green Bay fans. And, of course, TV announcer Joe Buck calling the game was incensed, calling it a disgusting act on air. And days later, the NFL fined him $10,000. Called unsportsmanlike. He explained, and that was funny too, Tony Dungy, who used to be the defensive coordinator for the Vikings, defended Moss and said, the Packer fans are famous for actually mooning the buses of the party opponents after a loss, unlike Moss' fully clothed imitation. So Dungy stuck up for him. So, yes. All right. That's that. We're done with Randy Moss. So we're going to take a commercial break. When we come back, we're going to talk about the no-no that was a no-no after this.
Are you having computer issues? You just got to try these guys. Tiger Computer Services, 050-708-1599. All of Jerusalem is talking about them. They're super experienced, efficient, reliable, and honest. Their lead technician has over 20 years experience and holds a BS in computer science from a top American university. Mickey from Macavia says, I won't let anybody touch my computers except for Tiger. So call Tiger Computer Services, 050-708-1599. Believe me, you'll be happy that you did. Ruben from Baca says, I've had many technicians in the past, and these guys are some of the best I've seen. Laptops, desktops, netbooks, Macintoshes, iPods, iPhones. All hardware and software problems, advice, and instruction. The next time you need a very experienced and honest computer technician, call Tiger Computer Services at 050-708-1599. Mention Israel Sports Radio for a 15% discount for all new customers. Are you living in the Tel Aviv area and looking to achieve those fitness goals that seem out of reach? If so, personal trainer Leon Kessler is just one call away. Leon will teach, coach, advise, supervise, and support you so that you are able to accomplish your fitness goals. One call is 050-792-2434 will put your goals in reach. That's 050-792-2434, or click on the Leon Kessler banner on the Israel Sports Radio website and see what Leon can do for you.
Midreshet Devorah, a Dati Leumi post-high school program which educates minds and broadens horizons. Located in Baca, the lovely Jerusalem neighborhood provides an excellent background and setting for a tremendous education. Our students learn, love, and feel the land of Israel and get tools which will last them a lifetime. Generous scholarships are available. Please contact us at midreshetdevorah.org. Call us from Israel at 052-534-6260 or from North America at 718-593-4162. Midreshet Devorah, we're the program you've been waiting for.
DJ Venom, DJ Venom, DJ Venom, DJing parties throughout Israel, birthday parties, weddings, club events, bar mitzvahs, bat mitzvahs, and much more. You pick the type of music and DJ Venom will turn your event into the party of the year. Available Sunday through Thursday. Call 052-952-6506 or email djvenom1984@yahoo.com. That's 052-952-6506 or email djvenom1984@yahoo.com. Book your party today. That's DJ Venom.
All right, we're back here on Louis Live. In this segment here, we're going to talk a little baseball. An interesting story that occurred, and I have a lot of different thoughts for this. Justin Verlander, of course, the star pitcher for the Tigers, had a no-hitter going. Had a great matchup, by the way. They're getting Aces Wild as he was battling Jared Weaver, very well could win the Cy Young this year. So could Verlander. I mean, they're both neck and neck. And the Tigers won 3-2. It was a lot of fun, Verlander said. Now, what happened was that this is pretty interesting. Verlander gave up the no-hitter in the eighth. The Angels' only hit was Macer Atiris lined an RBI single to left field with 2 outs in the eighth, where the Angels' only hit. And Verlander was trying to get his second no-hitter this season. He had 2 in his career. He had one last year and one this year, obviously. Now, okay, so this is some of the stuff I want to talk about regarding Jared Weaver's behavior and his actions. Weaver was ejected, throwing a pitch over Alex Sevilla's head in the 7th, right after Guillen showboated on a home run. Now, Guillen flipped his bat. He posed at the plate and skipped a few steps sideways, prompting Weaver to yell at him before Guillen rounded the bases. Sense of trouble is coming. The plate umpire Hunter Wendelset warned both benches, but Weaver threw the next pitch near Avila's head and was quickly ejected along with Mike Sosa, the Angels manager. That, of course, is the rule that when the pitcher gets ejected, so does the manager. And we have a telephone caller. Caller, are you there? What's your name and who are you calling from? Where are you calling from? Excuse me.
My name's Andy.
Hey, Andy, what's going on?
I'm calling from America.
Calling from the old country there. So I understand, Andy, that you've had a bit of trouble the past couple of days. Someone accusing you that you don't make enough jokes about a certain individual or that you love them too much, something to that effect.
Yeah, I appreciate you hacking into my Facebook account.
It was an accident.
That it was.
Actually, it seriously was. I don't know how I did it exactly. I was trying to change the password for Israel Sports Radio, and somehow your password was there. Your Facebook account there was pretty interesting.
Oh yeah. Well,
Hey, if I really want to hack into it, if I really want to hack into it, I would have spoken about flatulence once or twice and said WNBA as well.
Well, I'm not sure which is worse, actually.
The fact they gave the All-Star MVP to Swim Cash, that just flatulence all over the place. But what would you like to talk about? Of course, as you know, Randy Moss retired, calling it a career after 13 glorious years in the NFL. What do you think about that?
Well, he could hang on and do what we've seen so many other players do, and, the great Emmitt Smith playing for your Arizona Cardinals, that kind of stuff. I mean, how many teams has he played for already? What, 5 at this point?
Well, the Vikings were 2 different stints, the Patriots, Raiders, and the Titans last year for 8 games.
So, I mean, in this day and age, you're seeing this with stars playing 5 or 6, different teams. But, yeah, I guess it's time. I mean, it's interesting to see Ocho Cinco, who probably is about ready as well, headed to New England.
Yeah, well, I was mentioning this in the first segment that they talk about Belichick's going to be extremely tested with Ocho Cinco and even more so with Albert Hainsworth, and they point to Randy Moss as a symbol that he can get it done with anyone. But if you notice at the end, Randy Moss tired out. I think with these crazy people like Randy Moss and Ron Artest and Hainsworth, there's a clock, maybe 3-4 years,
Right.
but at some point they break.
It's just trying to catch lightning in a bottle, I guess you would say. Did you hear, because you are a social media kind of guy, did you hear when they asked Belichick, about what he thinks about Ocho Cinco and all the tweeting he does? What does he think about it? Did you hear his response? I
did not, and I love Bill Belichick and his psychology. What did he respond to the tweeting?
He said something. He said, they. So the question was, he uses social media a lot. How are you going to handle that? And he says, well, I'm kind of something to the effect of I'm kind of old school. I don't use my book or he mixed up all the words, and he did it on purpose. He's like, I don't use my book, and I don't use
face space
and then face space, and he just kind of combined them all together like only Bill Belichick could.
Oh, that's good stuff.
Now, what are your Yankee people over there? There's a couple of them, I understand, saying about the Yankees not making any moves. Is it because they are just so certain of their team, or what?
Yeah, I think that's what's going on. And besides, I'm not sure, other than Carlos Beltran, I'm not sure who they could have got off. Or maybe, I like the moves the Braves made. I thought that was great. You get the major league leader in steals on your squad in Bunnan, so he kind of was right on the radar. But as much as you might not like the Yankees, they're pretty prime to make a good run. 2 games behind your Red Sox and a shoe-in the wild card, so I thought it was smart that they stood pat there.
Right. I mean, I was wondering what they were going to do, because I thought, all the talk when I was up in New York was about Jimenez, and I really thought that he would be the one. Now, speaking of my beloved Braves, I am going right now to see them play the Washington Nationals.
Wow.
At Nats Park. I am driving on the way there. So the new look Braves should be interesting.
Yeah, well, your new look Braves are 4 games ahead of my Diamondbacks for the wild card, so hopefully they'll lose tonight.
Oh, but don't worry, the Mets fans still think it's their wild card.
Yeah, I know. We had Alex from Beit Shemesh, a big Mets fan, and he was happy about some of the moves, but I said, Alex, my man, your team's barely above 500, and they're 7.5 back of the Braves for the wild card. I don't think they're getting in.
And you just gave up your biggest so
right.
For a prospect. So.
Oh, it's a Class A prospect, Andy. It's Class A. That's good stuff there.
Dan Wheeler. Hey, what do you think of the fact that, in this time of year, they always talk about the buyers and the sellers. I mean, your D-backs were buyers, and, picking up Jason Marquis, I believe, a member of the tribe, and also the Pittsburgh Pirates were buyers. What do you think of that? Yeah,
we haven't seen that, I think, since 1992, something like that. They've had a losing. It's not just they haven't made the playoffs since Lamar Bonds left. They have not had a winning record since he left back in 1992. So that was shocking. I'll tell you an interesting theory Jeremy Mann Sultan of the Chicago Sports Show put out there regarding the Pirates.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's breaking news in itself.
It certainly is. He used his brain. I think what happened was he just saw how bad the Cubs were. His theory is that the whole division is bad, and the Pirates really aren't that good, but they're playing 19 games against the Cubs and 19 games against the Astros, so their record is a little inflated. They're only 2 games above 500 as it is. It's just the division is that bad they have a chance to win the Central.
How horrible would it be to be an Astros fan?
Yeah, it's their percentage 324. I mean, every other team in Major League Baseball is at least above 400%. That's how bad they are.
They just gave up everyone.
Kind of had no choice, but the Astros, I guess, haven't had anything to be excited about since Craig Biggio hit his 3,000 hit and apparently swore 7 times right after he got that hit, the home run.
Always good to know.
Oh, I'm sorry. I don't know if it was a home run, but whatever. The hit, he still swore 7 times. I'm pretty sure about that.
All right. Sweet. All right. Have a good one, and enjoy the show.
And don't forget, Yonah Michon's birthday is today, and he'll be on, actually, in a few minutes.
I saw Yonah Michon's birthday was today. Are you having him on today?
Yeah. Actually, right out in the next segment, he's coming on, and, because Yonah, he likes to talk a little bit, so I figured I'd give him some time on his birthday.
Yeah, it'll be hard. He's going to have some good... Ask him for a good trivia question. We discussed this.
Okay. That sounds good. All right, thanks, Andy.
Have a good one.
All right, that was Andy calling in from Washington. Check it out, his Atlanta Braves. I hope the Braves lose. All right, let's take a commercial break. When we come back, Yonah Michon, the owner of Agove and other businesses, and just all-around guy here in Israel. We'll be back after this.
Offering the best of Israel at the best price, Shalom Israel Tours can help you make your next trip to Israel the adventure of a lifetime. Shalom Israel Tours will customize the trip to Israel for your family or group. Specializing in bar mitzvah packages, outdoor adventure vacations, wine tours, and more, Shalom Israel Tours is sure to inspire. So whether you're looking for a customized trip, a day tour, or a car rental, Shalom Israel Tours is here to help. Email us at inspire@shalomisraeltours.com or click the banner on the Israel Sports Radio homepage, and soon you will find yourself in Israel. That's Shalom Israel Tours, www.shalomisraeltours.com.
Are you ready to get serious about your health and fitness? iFit trainers provide one-on-one personal training and put together the best fitness program to get the right results for you. Find your I in Fit. We offer certified personal trainers with elite athletic experience and flexible hours at the convenience of your own home. Classes are offered in English and in Hebrew. We serve Jerusalem and the surrounding areas. For more information and to schedule your first workout session, call Alyssa at 054-759-7280 or email Alyssa, ELISSA, at i-fit.co.il. Visit us at www.i-fit.co.il. ifit.co.il or click on the iFit banner on the Israel Sports Radio homepage.
Feeling overwhelmed with all you have to do? Let your personal shopper help. Chani is an experienced gift shopper and can help free up your day. Chani can assist you in finding the perfect gift for your upcoming simchas or pick up those light items at the grocery. And don't forget, if you are in the area of the Israel Center on Karen HaYesod, stop by on Monday or Tuesday between 8:30 a.m. and 12:30 p.m. to check out all the great gifts Chani has to offer. For more information, call 02-654-2155 or email chani@netvision.net.il. Don't forget to check out her great website at www.chanisgifts.com.
Israel Sports Dynamics specializes in football consulting, equipment, uniforms, and more. Great brands such as Nike, Russell Athletics, Schutt Sports Products, and many more. Just one call away. With over 30 years coaching experience with university and professional athletes, Terry Hill, owner of ISD, can advise you for all your sports needs. Call 054-581-3248. That's 054-581-3248 or visit our website at www.isdisrael.com. If that's not easy enough, click on the ISD banner on the Israel Sports Radio website and be part of the game.
DJ Venom, DJ Venom, DJ Venom, DJing parties throughout Israel, birthday parties, weddings, club events, bar mitzvahs, bat mitzvahs, and much more. You pick the type of music and DJ Venom will turn your event into the party of the year. Available Sunday through Thursday. Call 052-952-6506 or email djvenom1984@yahoo.com. That's 052-952-6506 or email djvenom1984@yahoo.com. Book your party today. That's DJ Venom.
Offering the best of Israel at the best price, Shalom Israel Tours can help you make your next trip to Israel the adventure of a lifetime. Shalom Israel Tours will customize a trip to Israel for your family or group. Specializing in bar mitzvah packages, outdoor adventure vacations, wine tours, and more, Shalom Israel Tours is sure to inspire. So whether you're looking for a customized trip, a day tour, or a car rental, Shalom Israel Tours is here to help. Email us at inspire@shalomisraeltours.com or click the banner on the Israel Sports Radio homepage, and soon you will find yourself in Israel. That's Shalom Israel Tours, www.shalomisraeltours.com.
Are you ready to get serious about your health and fitness? iFit trainers provide one-on-one personal training and put together the best fitness program to get the right results for you. Find your I in FIT. We offer certified personal trainers with elite athletic experience and flexible hours at the convenience of your own home. Classes are offered in English and in Hebrew. We serve Jerusalem and the surrounding areas. For more information and to schedule your first workout session, call Alyssa at 054-759-7280 or email Alyssa, ELISSA, at i-fit.co.il. Visit us at www.i-fit.co.il or click on the iFit banner on the Israel Sports Radio homepage.
Feeling overwhelmed with all you have to do? Let your personal shopper help. Chani is an experienced gift shopper and can help free up your day. Chani can assist you in finding the perfect gift for your upcoming simchas or pick up those light items at the grocery. And don't forget, if you are in the area of the Israel Center on Karen HaYesod, stop by on Monday or Tuesday between 8:30 a.m. and 12:30 p.m. to check out all the great gifts Chani has to offer. For more information, call 02-654-2155 or email chani@netvision.net.il. Don't forget to check out her great website at www.chanisgifts.com.
Israel Sports Dynamics specializes in football consulting, equipment, uniforms, and more. Great brands such as Nike, Russell Athletics, Schutt Sports Products, and many more. Just one call away. With over 30 years coaching experience with university and professional athletes, Terry Hill, owner of ISD, can advise you for all your sports needs. Call 054-581-3248. That's 054-581-3248 or visit our website at www.isd ISDISRAEL.com. If that's not easy enough, click on the ISD banner on the Israel Sports Radio website and be part of the game.
All right, back here on Louis Live. Yoda Bashan's a little busy right now, so hopefully we'll get on to the next segment. This segment, I want to talk about Lou Wolf calling for the sale of the Dodgers. He, of course, is the owner of the Oakland Athletics. We thank our friends at the Associated Press for the story. Oakland Athletics owner Lou Wolf is hopeful that Frank McCourt will soon sell the financially troubled Los Angeles Dodgers so baseball can move forward from the sticky situation. By the way, we're having former Dodger great and member of the tribe Sean Green this Wednesday on the Sports Rabbi Show. That's from 8 to 10 IST Israel Standard Time. Check him out. Sean Green, in 01 and 02, had a couple of great seasons. How he pulled off that contract, that's even better. That's a better story. He's making about $18 million in his career. Good coffee. And he deserved maybe 7 or 8. I'm not going to tell him that when he comes on Sports Rabbi. Here's back to Wolf. Quote, "For the good of baseball, I sense that all of us would like to get the Dodgers situation behind us for everybody's benefit." Wolf said in a phone interview with the AP on Monday. "I was prompted to do this because of the attorney accusing Bud Selig of taking more money. Bud has been a friend of mine for 50 years. It's just not fair. I was just upset." So you have another California team jumping in there. It's a very weird situation. Bud Selig, according to Jim Williams, just kind of doesn't like Frank McCourt, and he's in that bloody divorce battle right now, and that's tying up money. And you have to have this fixed. The Dodgers, not just part of baseball history back in the days of Brooklyn and Ebbets Field and all that good stuff, and Brooklyn fans still feel cheated that the Dodgers have moved on without them. But that Los Angeles, it's the second biggest market in the country, and it's a beautiful stadium. They have been in the playoffs the past couple of years, still have not won a World Series since 1988, as a matter of fact. So they should obviously, I think it's time for Frank to go. And I know he's on the team for a long, long time. I know that, but sometimes that's that. Sometimes that's that. And that's just kind of the way it is. And I'm sorry I'm distracted. I'm trying to bring up Kirk Gibson's home run. I always forget how to do that. So we'll do that another time. Have to do that another time. 1 second. Hold on. I'm going to find this. I don't care. This is live radio. Okay, you know what we're going to do? I'm going to play this. I'm going to play... Got 1 second. We're going to play this. I'm going to just find out this is Kirk Gibson. I've totally lost my mind.
The game right now is at the plate. High fly ball into right field. She is gone!
There we go. Got it. Found it. This is one of the hardest home runs to fly, by the way. And now Vince Scully, this is what it is. Here we go.
It has been so improbable.
The impossible has happened. So that's good stuff there from Kirk Gibson. I'm just going to play Joe Carter. I'm just in a weird mood right now. When someone takes your briefcase, you get kind of pissed. So just embellish me, endeavor me, whatever. This is Joe Carter's home run in 1993 for the Toronto Blue Jays off Mitch Williams. Here we go. Oh, this is great. This is great announcing here.
Well hit down the left field line. Way back and touch a ball, Joe. You'll never hit a bigger home run in your life. Joe Carter with a 3-run homer. The winners and still world champions, the Toronto Blue Jays.
Yeah, speaking of Bud Selig, I'm sure he loved the fact that the two-time World Series champions were north of the border, and maybe it was a third sport, but that was good stuff. That gave me some goosebumps. Makes me feel better on this night where my briefcase got stolen. Let's do one more. Then we'll go back to work. This is back in 2001.
Major League Baseball playing the World Series during the month of November, and for very good reason. Everything pushed back 1 week after September the 11th, pushing the postseason back, and now officially into November as Derek Jeter bats with 2 out and nobody on. Jeter hits it into right. Back at the wall. Game over. Yankees win and the series is tied.
Mr. November. Yeah, well, who won in the end? Who won in the end? Huh? That was not such a good moment for Byung-Hyun Kim. But at the end, kind of. You know, the best part is when they show Kurt Schilling in the dugout, and he just kind of keeps chewing his gum because he is the one that caused all that by saying he should go out 3 days. If he would have just gone normal 4 days, he would have pitched a shutout in Game 5. Randy Johnson would have pitched Game 6, and they would have won, and that would have been that. So, yes. Yes, indeed. All right, sticking with Major League Baseball here. Red Sox get involved with a little trade. They acquire from Oakland Rich Harden. Excuse me. That deal fell through. So they got, now he's off and injured, but they wanted another pitcher. So they get Eric Bedard from the Seattle Mariners in a 3-team trade before the deadline. Bedard's stint with the Mariners has been problematic, but very, very good with the Orioles. And, look, Red Sox manager Theo Epstein said on Sunday, all-star and pitcher in the big leagues have nicks and knacks on them. So you're never going to get someone clean that has a perfect record or anything like that, and they are going and hoping that he'll be the pitcher he was with the Orioles. Quote, Eric's case, he has injuries in the past like most starting pitchers, but the first half he was throwing the ball well, and he certainly looks to be on his way back to form. The Red Sox, whose deal for Harden fell apart Saturday night, also got right-hander Josh Fields, a 2008 draft pick. So the Red Sox are shored up their lineup. And again, they need a little help. Clay Buchholz has been, I hope I said his name right. Buchholz sounds German. He's been sidelined with some back problems. And they're going to need a little help to make sure they get in first place. But it's a foregone conclusion they're in the playoffs, but I'm sure they want the home field advantage in the ALCS. All right, let's take a commercial break, and we'll be back after this.
Are you having computer issues? You just got to try these guys. Tiger Computer Services, 050-708-1599. All of Jerusalem is talking about them. They're super experienced, efficient, reliable, and honest. Their lead technician has over 20 years experience and holds a BS in computer science from a top American university. Mickey from Macavia says, I won't let anybody touch my computers except for Tiger. So call Tiger Computer Services, 050-708-1599. Believe me, you'll be happy that you did. Ruben from Baca says, I've had many technicians in the past, and these guys are some of the best I've seen. Laptops, desktops, netbooks, Macintoshes, iPods, iPhones. All hardware and software problems, advice, and instruction. The next time you need a very experienced and honest computer technician, call Tiger Computer Services at 050-708-1599. Mention Israel Sports Radio for a 15% discount for all new customers. Are you living in the Tel Aviv area and looking to achieve those fitness goals that seem out of reach? So personal trainer Leon Kessler is just one call away. Leon will teach, coach, advise, supervise, and support you so that you are able to accomplish your fitness goals. One call to 050-792-2434 will put your goals in reach. That's 050-792-2434 or click on the...
Okay, we're back here on Louis Live, and just taking that short commercial break, we're back here. I want to talk about it because we were rudely interrupted when Andy called in from Washington. But I wanted to talk about this Bush League play. Apparently, Jared Weaver getting upset and throwing the ball. Here we go.
Our students learn, love, and feel the land of
One
Israel
second.
and get tools with...
Verlander picks it up, throws it wildly. There's a base hit. Ibar on his way to second. No more no for you. Justin Verlander doesn't like it. And they're calling that an error. How about that? Home cooking. Well, that one will certainly be disputed because it looked like Ibar would have legged it out. Well, that's a pretty good bunt, dead in that high fastball going down the line. Verlander.
Yeah, it's interesting because Verlander is the one who threw the error. Not that matters with a no-hitter, but
close, bang, bang.
So that's not the one I wanted. But here we go.
He's going, and Soriano lifts the ball high and deep to left field, headed for the bullpen. Gone.
Okay, that's not what I wanted. So anyways, it's not that it would matter, but had Verlander gone on to get that no-hitter, they would have certainly talked about that. So let's talk about this. It's time for a new unwritten rule. Okay, bunting. Now, again, remember, Ibar bunted, which would have broken up the no-hitter had they called that a hit, not an error. So this is talked about a lot, bunting during a no-hitter. And here's the press sheet here talking from Major Leagues, MajorLeague.com, saying that bunting during a no-hitter bid can no longer be considered a violation of an unwritten rule. And I agree with that. I mean, you're trying to win the game. The game's 3-0. And you're trying to get a runner on and score. And it was the 8th inning. You can't just simply not bunt because someone has a no-hitter gone. And again, they're talking about Eric Ibar, the Los Angeles Angels. He bunted against Justin Verlander. And it was a beautiful bunt, and he could have easily been safe, even if Verlander would have thrown that ball wild. It's funny because, again, it's in Comerica Park, so they generously gave that an error. And he was upset. He yelled at Ibar from the dugout, and after the crowd was booing. And again, later on, Messer and Suarez would break up the hitter anyways. I love this slide here, but neither that hit nor the Tigers hanging on for a 3-2 win would stop the post-game debate over whether Ibar's move was kosher. Not surprisingly, only one person was vocal in his opposition towards it. Quote, very surprised, Verlander said the bunt attempt. It's a 3-run game. It's a close game. There's argument both ways, but obviously from a pitching standpoint, we like to call it Bush League, but there's arguments on both sides of it. Yeah, I like that. One of the many people opposing Verlander's view was his own manager, Jim Leland, who called it a beautiful play. As a little Phil Jackson psychology right there. As Angel starter Jared Reaver put it, we're trying to score some runs off that guy, and Sweeney obviously wasn't doing it. And Ibar, here's his thoughts. That's my game. I don't have power, he said. Verlander told me he'd get me next year, and I said that was okay. All right. What type of threat is that? He'll get me next year, so I guess they'll throw it at him, so he'll take his base. With both teams in heavy contention for a playoff spot, there's no way you can blame the Angels for trying to keep pace with the Texas Rangers in the AL West, no matter what the means. To Verlander's credit, he did understand that side of the argument. But he also thought Ibar's bunt was a response to some of the game's earlier heated moments when Carlos Guillen preened after hitting a home run, and Weaver responded by throwing a pitch at Alex Avila's head, which earned him an ejection from the game. I think Ibar was trying to get his team back in the game, Verlander said, but I also think it was a response to things that happened before. Wherever the motivation, Ibar's tactic was a good one, as he ended up reaching second and sparked a rally that was almost successful in eking out a victory on the day when Verlander's dominance should have kept the Halos from getting anywhere close. In that context, not attempting to butt should be considered a bigger offense than rolling over and playing dead, so an opposing player can make history. I agree with that 100%. I mean, you saw what happened. They were able to get a rally going and make the game close. They turned into a one-run game. They turned into a one-run game. So, oy vey. What else can you say to that? I mean, I'm tired of hearing this unwritten rule stuff. Some of it is dumb and needs to go. I understand courtesy, I understand respect, but the point of playing a baseball game is to win the game. That is the point. Curt Schilling had a perfect game going. I think it was he got to the 8th inning and someone bunted, and that kind of messed him up way back with the Diamondbacks. You kind of get in the pitcher's head. Why not? Why is that a problem? I don't think it's such a big deal. All right, let's talk about now the San Francisco Giants and their fans. Suspect. Apparently, a Giants fan was kicked by a suspect. One of two suspects accused of savagely beating a San Francisco Giants fan outside Dodger Stadium kicked the victim several times on the head, even though he was unconscious after being punched, prosecutors allege Monday. And it was Brian Stahl, and this picture is with his kids, so pretty sad what happened to him. Really disgusting by those savages, and they certainly should be prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law. Authorities for the first time provided a detailed description of the allegations against Louis Sanchez and co-defendant Marvin Norwood, in a motion opposing a reduction of the $500,000 bail set for Sanchez. The two men are charged in the beating of Brian Stahl, a paramedic who remains hospitalized with a brain injury. Sanchez was accused of leading a violent rampage against a number of Giants fans during and after the March 31st home opener. The trouble began inside the stadium when Sanchez threw a soda at a woman. When her companion yelled at Sanchez, Norwood had to hold Sanchez back to stop him from attacking the man, the document states. After the game, Sanchez ran to a group of young Giant fans and swung his fist at one of them, prosecutors said. Then Stowe and a group of friends walked past as Sanchez stood by his sister's car. Sanchez punched a man identified as Matthew Lee, the document states, then chased Stowe and others several hundred feet before hitting another man identified as Alan Jerry Bradford. He next turned his attention to Stowe. Stowe was facing defendant Norwood when Sanchez ran up behind Stowe and punched him in the side of the head, the document states. Stowe's friends, who are paramedics, described that Stowe immediately lost consciousness and fell sideways to the ground without breaking his fall. When Stowe's head hit the ground, witnesses heard his head impact the concrete and saw it bounce. Sanchez then kicked the unconscious Stowe several times in the head, while Stowe's friends tried to shield him with their bodies, prosecutors said. Norwood was also accused of kicking Stowe, then standing over his prone body and saying, "Who else wants to fight?" Sanchez and Norwood left in a car that police had previously said was driven by a woman with a child in the vehicle. The identities of the woman and child haven't been released, but prosecutors said when media reported the extent of the injuries, Sanchez told his son not to tell anyone what happened. Prosecutors also provide photos of weapons seized at Norwood's house, including an AR-15 carbine rifle with a scope, a pistol-grip shotgun, a revolver, other weapons, and ammunition. Norwood told police that he was holding the guns for Sanchez because Sanchez could not keep them at his parents' home where he was staying. Sanchez's attorney, Gilbert Quinonez, said he had not seen enough evidence in the case to comment. The request to reduce bail was continued until Norwood and Sanchez's August 10 arraignment. A woman who answered the phone at Sanchez's home hung up without commenting Monday. Last week, Sanchez's father, Luis Sanchez, answered the door at the family home on a quiet cul-de-sac in Rialto in San Bernardino County. He said he was frustrated with media coverage of the case and wanted to speak out, but had been told by lawyers not to. "It's on the tip of my tongue. I want to, but no comment," the father said on Wednesday. Prosecutors also outlined Sanchez's criminal past. His adult rap sheet includes battery on a spouse or cohabitant in 2003. He completed a year-long domestic violence course. In 2004, he was arrested for carrying a loaded firearm in a car, and the following year he was convicted of driving under the influence. In 2005, he was arrested again for DUI after leading police on a high-speed chase through a residential community. Quote, "It is clear from the crimes charged and from his criminal history that defendant Sanchez is completely incapable of controlling his behavior or obeying court orders," the document states. I'll tell you what, I just read this whole article and got more and more disgusted as time went on. And I'm going to tell you something. I don't know if Mr. Sanchez is listening to this or Mr. Norwood, but I would like to kick both your asses. So you can come down to Israel and I can just kick your ass, because that's a total bully, and you're attacking a bunch of people who are trying to relax at a baseball game, and you're kicking a man after he's unconscious and stopping him. Both of you can fight me. We'll set that up. We'll put it on Israel Sports Radio. Have a video to it. That'll be a lot of fun. I'd be more than happy to kick both your asses. Absolutely disgusting. I cannot wait till you meet Bubba in prison, and then Bubba kicks your ass, because what goes around comes around. Absolutely disgusting. Just disgusting. I'm going to take a roast. I'm disgusted. We'll be back after this.
Best of Israel, best price. Shalom Israel Tours can help you make your next trip to Israel the adventure of a lifetime. Shalom Israel Tours will customize the trip to Israel for your family or group. Specializing in bar mitzvah packages, outdoor adventure vacations, wine tours, and more, Shalom Israel Tours is sure to inspire. So whether you're looking for a customized trip, a day tour, or a car rental, Shalom Israel Tours is here to help. Email us at inspire@shalomisraeltours.com or click the banner on the Israel Sports Radio homepage, and soon you will find yourself in Israel. That's Shalom Israel Tours, www.shalomisraeltours.com.
Are you ready to get serious about your health and fitness? iFit trainers provide one-on-one personal training and put together the best fitness program to get the right results for you. Find your I in FIT. We offer certified personal trainers with elite athletic experience and flexible hours at the convenience of your own home. Classes are offered in English and in Hebrew. We serve Jerusalem and the surrounding areas. For more information and to schedule your first workout session, call Alyssa at 054-759-7280 or email Alyssa, ELISSA, at i-fit.co.il. Visit us at www.i-fit.co.il or click on the iFit banner on the Israel Sports Radio homepage.
Feeling overwhelmed with all you have to do? Let your personal shopper help. Connie is an experienced gift shopper and can help free up your day. Connie can assist you in finding the perfect gift for your upcoming simchas or pick up those light items at the grocery. And don't forget, if you are in the area of the Israel Center on Karen HaYesod, stop by on Monday or Tuesday between 8:30 a.m. and 12:30 p.m. to check out all the great gifts Connie has to offer. For more information, call 02-654-2155 or email Connie at netvision.net.il. Don't forget to check out her great website at www.conniesgifts.com.
Israel Sports Dynamics specializes in football consulting, equipment, uniforms, and more. Great brands such as Nike, Russell Athletics, Shutt Sports Products, and many more. Just one call away. With over 30 years coaching experience with university and professional athletes, Terry Hill, owner of ISD, can advise you for all your sports needs. Call 054-581-3248. That's 054-581-3248 or visit our website at www.isdisrael.com. If that's not easy enough, click on the ISD banner on the Israel Sports Radio website and be part of the game.
Are you having computer issues? You just got to try these guys. Tiger Computer Services, 050-708-1599. All of Jerusalem is talking about them. They're super experienced, efficient, reliable, and honest. Their lead technician has over 20 years experience and holds a BS in computer science from a top American university. Mickey from Macavia says, I won't let anybody touch my computers except for Tiger. So call Tiger Computer Services, 050-708-1599. Believe me, you'll be happy that you did. Ruben from Baca says, I've had many technicians in the past, and these guys are some of the best I've seen. Laptops, desktops, netbooks, Macintoshes, iPods, iPhones. All hardware and software problems, advice, and instruction. The next time you need a very experienced and honest computer technician, call Tiger Computer Services at 050-708-1599. Mention Israel Sports Radio for a 15% discount for all new customers. Are you living in the Tel Aviv area and looking to achieve those fitness goals that seem out of reach? If so, personal trainer Leon Kessler is just one call away. Leon will teach, coach, advise, supervise, and support you so that you are able to accomplish your fitness goals. One call to 050-792-2434 will put your goals in reach. That's 050-792-2434 or click on the Leon Kessler banner on the Israel Sports Radio website and see what Leon can do for you.
Midreshet Devorah, a Dati Leumi post-high school program which educates minds and broadens horizons. Located in Baca, the lovely Jerusalem neighborhood provides an excellent background and setting for a tremendous education. Our students learn, love, and feel the land of Israel and get tools which will last them a lifetime. Generous scholarships are available. Please contact us at midreshetdevorah.org. Call us from Israel at 052-534-6260 or from North America at 718-593-4162. Midreshet Devorah, we're the program you've been waiting for.
DJ Venom, DJ Venom, DJ Venom, DJing parties throughout Israel, birthday parties, weddings, club events, bar mitzvahs, bat mitzvahs, and much more. You pick the type of music and DJ Venom will turn your event into the party of the year. Available Sunday through Thursday. Call 052-952-6506 or email djvenom1984 at yahoo.com. That's 052-952-6506 or email djvenom1984@yahoo.com. Book your party today. That's DJ Venom.
Offering the best of Israel at the best price, Shalom Israel Tours can help you make your next trip to Israel the adventure of a lifetime. Shalom Israel Tours will customize a trip to Israel for your family or group. Specializing in bar mitzvah packages, outdoor adventure vacations, wine tours, and more, Shalom Israel Tours is sure to inspire. So whether you're looking for a customized trip, a day tour, or a car rental, Shalom Israel Tours is here to help. Email us at inspire@shalomisraeltours.com or click the banner on the Israel Sports Radio homepage, and soon you will find yourself in Israel. That's Shalom Israel Tours, www.shalomisraeltours.com.
Are you ready to get serious about your health and fitness? iFit trainers provide one-on-one personal training and put together the best fitness program to get the right results for you. Find your I in fit. We offer certified personal trainers with elite athletic experience and flexible hours at the convenience of your own home. Classes are offered in English and in Hebrew. We serve Jerusalem and the surrounding areas. For more information and to schedule your first workout session, call Alyssa at 054-759-7280 or email Alyssa, ELISSA, at i-fit.co.il. Visit us at www.i-fit.co.il or click on the iFit banner on the Israel Sports Radio homepage.
Feeling overwhelmed with all you have to do? Let your personal shopper help. Connie is an experienced gift shopper and can help free up your day. Connie can assist you in finding the perfect gift for your upcoming simchas or pick up those light items at the grocery. And don't forget, if you are in the area of the Israel Center on Karen HaYesod, stop by on Monday or Tuesday between 8:30 a.m. and 12:30 p.m. to check out all the great gifts Connie has to offer. For more information, call 02-654-2155 or email Connie at netvision.net.il. Don't forget to check out her great website at www.conniesgifts.com.
Israel Sports Dynamics specializes in football consulting, equipment, uniforms, and more. Great brands such as Nike, Russell Athletics, Shutt Sports Products, and many more. Just one call away. With over 30 years coaching experience with university and professional athletes, Terry Hill, owner of ISD, can advise you for all your sports needs. Call 054-581-3248. That's 054-581-3248 or visit our website at www.isdisrael.com. If that's not easy enough, click on the ISD banner on the Israel Sports Radio website and be part of the game.
All right, our next guest used to host a show on Israel Sports Radio involving goals. Let's take a listen to a great play of a goal.
Now picked up by Ovechkin. Here he comes. Ovechkin trying to drag it through him there. He scored. Alexander Ovechkin when it looked like it was no.
And on the line, the man who discusses goals all the time, Mark Gordon. Mark, how you doing tonight?
I'm good. How are you, Ari? Long time no speak.
Definitely long time no speak. What did you think of that clip there?
It was very nice. Very nice. I couldn't tell you who the player was. I'll show my ignorance there.
Right, but okay, you didn't take the bait. I mean, that was the wrong sport. I understand. Isn't that correct?
Possibly.
All right, like you mentioned, we haven't spoken in a long time. So, first of all the fans want to know. I've been getting emails, death threats, people coming to my house. They want to know what's been happening with you over this glorious summer.
Probably mainly death threats.
Yeah, mostly.
I've been given a proper job, one where they pay you occasionally. So I've been spending the last couple of months in the States, hanging around in LA and in Texas. Back in Israel for a while, and then on Monday I'm going back to the States again for a few weeks.
So, does the Mossad pay well?
Just about, not as well as the radio.
I would hope it's a little bit better, but to each their own, Cheerios like to say. So you've been going back and forth between the states, and you're not originally, obviously, from the United States. You're from England. What is it like after being in Israel for a while, then you go back to the States? Go to the States, excuse me.
It's good. I mean, I haven't come from England. I haven't been to the States for about 20 years. And then I'd only been to New York. Spending 6 weeks out in California was great. they're very, very into soccer there. Mainly European soccer. No one really mentioned the American what kind of Major League Soccer, but there was a lot of interest. I think particularly where I was in California and Texas, there's a lot of Mexicans. So there's a lot of Mexican football shirts you see around. While I was in Houston, we actually bumped into the Mexican football team in the Houston Galleria. They were staying there because they had a game in the Gold Cup against the US, I think. And you just could not move around the Houston Galleria for Mexican kids in football shirts waiting to get their football signed. It was crazy.
See, that's interesting because I was about to ask if the popularity in California in soccer is related. Again, is in America. This is where I always assimilate soccer with David Beckham. But now you're telling me there's more of a Hispanic popularity in soccer, which is very intriguing. So was it David Beckham somewhat kick-starting soccer and then it took off, or is there this whole Hispanic regime coming in and taking soccer to that level?
I think the Hispanic element has kept an interest in Mexican soccer and probably Spanish soccer as well. There's a lot of support for Barcelona, particularly in Real Madrid, like across the rest of the world. The Premier League is always on Fox television over there as well. So, European football, I think, is of more interest. I believe there's a Mexican team actually in the Major League Soccer called Chivas, which is linked to a team in Guadalajara. So there's a bit of crossover there to try and appeal to the Mexican and Hispanic population. But it's, I think the average, I was over there, it was during the baseball season. So, to me, the impression I got, baseball isn't the biggest sport out there. I think if the NBA was on, and we had the NBA finals and NFL was on, I think possibly the interest in soccer would be a little bit lower. But, that's just a tourist point of view.
Well, certainly baseball has still been damaged for all the steroid stuff, and also partly because the players have stopped taking steroids, the offense has got down as well. So going back to the world of soccer, this time kind of some of the offseason, a lot of transfers go on. So tell us some of the bigger transfers that have been occurring in the offseason.
It's a tale of probably half a dozen big transfers that have happened, and there are 5 or 6, I think, still to happen. Within soccer, you have something called the transfer window. I suppose it's similar to American sport. You have the off-season, and you can't start trading. You have trading windows, and then you have trade deadlines. It's very similar in soccer, certainly across Europe, that from the 1st of July to 31st of August is the main summer trading window. The biggest transfer so far has been Sergio Aguero, who's just moved to Manchester City from Atletico Madrid. Argentinian player. His father-in-law is Diego Maradona, the great Diego Maradona.
Even I heard of Maradona. So.
Exactly. He's married to Maradona's daughter.
Give me the family.
And he basically only agreed to move because Maradona's daughter said she was happy to go and live in cold old England up in Manchester. So Aguero's the biggest transfer. The other big transfer, both of these are around 37, 38 million euros, roughly around $50 million or so, is a Chilean player called Alexis Sanchez, and every single team seemed to want Sanchez during the summer, but in the end he got to choose where he wanted to go, and it wasn't a case of who had the most money, because if it was down to money he'd have been at Manchester City, but he wanted to go to Barcelona, the European champions. I think he wanted to play at a team where he thought he would continue to win trophies, so Alexis Sanchez is the other big transfer. Real Madrid obviously want to keep up with Barcelona. They've spent 30 million on a player called Fabio Contrao from Benfica, a Portuguese player, same nationality as their manager, and they've also spent probably another 30-40 million on players from the Bundesliga and 2 more players from the La Liga as well. Man United haven't been quiet. They've spent £50 million on three young players, David De Gea from Atletico Madrid, and they've also signed 2 young English players, Ashley Young and Phil Jones, trying to revitalise their team. 3 or 4 of their major stars retired after the European Champions final last year. So there's been a lot of money spent out there as well. One of the big factors that's also happened, a number of the big clubs in Europe have been bought by Arab investors. So Paris Saint-Germain in France, who were bubbling under but haven't won anything recently, have been taken over by I think it's the Qatari government, and they're about to spend 40 million on a player called Javier Pastore from Palermo, and he didn't even really feature much in the recent Copa America. Malaga is another one that I think in the Spanish league have been taken over by the Qatari government. They've spent probably the best part of 70-80 million euros on new players, and Malaga came very close to being relegated last year. And of course Manchester City are owned by the government of Abu Dhabi. So there's a lot of Arab investment in European football at the moment, and that's having a big difference.
I want to ask you, when you discuss players that are going to different teams because they want to win, a lot of times players will also stay with their own team out of loyalty. It seems like in the sport of soccer that occurs more than other sports. It's very common in many other American sports to leave for the money. Perhaps I'm wrong about this, but tell me what you think. In soccer, is it more sometimes about winning and loyalty than the dollars or the pounds?
I think you get more loyalty the better the team is, and the better the team is, usually they have more money to pay you. So it's very difficult to dissect it. I think if you're bought by Man United, you don't leave unless Man United want to sell you. It's a very difficult club to leave because it's seen, certainly in England, if not in Europe, as the biggest club. And the same with Barcelona and Real Madrid. People, when they go to those clubs, don't tend to say, I want to leave and go to another club, because usually it's a sign their career is going downhill. In the slightly smaller clubs, and there's a case probably even with Manchester City, who have got more money than any other club in Europe probably, have got a player called Carlos Tevez, who was the top scorer in the Premier League last year. He left Man United to come to Manchester City, and now 2 years later he's looking to leave Manchester City, allegedly because he wants to be nearer his children. His children are with his ex-wife in Argentina. She didn't like Manchester, found it a bit rainy, and also didn't like the fact that he was sleeping with other women.
Yeah, that would that might
rain. Was more of a factor.
That might rain down on a parade or rain on their marriage.
So he's looking to move to be closer to his family, but he was going to try and move to a club called Corinthians in Brazil, and they were willing to pay 40 million, but they didn't actually want to pay any of it up front. So Manchester City said, look, we need to see some of the money, or at least get a guarantee from the bank, at which point Corinthians said, not sure we can do that for you. So he's stuck in Manchester at the moment. He's looking to go somewhere where possibly his ex-wife will bring the children, somewhere like Spain or Italy, or somewhere closer to his family in Argentina. So it's a strange factor. That one's possibly not money, although the £200,000 a week, which is roughly $15 million a year that he earns, it possibly makes it difficult for him to move, and he may well stay at Manchester City because he can't find the money elsewhere. But, there's a little bit of a family factor in that one.
Now, we know that a lot of these teams out in England are very heavily Jewish influence, not so much the players, but more ownership, if you will. Is there an Israeli influence out in England and Europe in general?
There seems to be a lot, over the last 2 years, a large number of Israeli internationals have been leaving the Israeli Football League and moving to teams in Europe. Probably a dozen Israeli Premier League players have left Israel this year. Key amongst them, Lior Rafalov, who was the Israeli Player of the Year at Maccabi Haifa, has gone to Bruges. Aaron Zahavi from Hapoel Tel Aviv has gone to Palermo. And another player who's one of my favourite players, Itai Shechter from Hapoel Tel Aviv. He's the guy who, when he scored a goal in Austria, knelt down and put a kippah on his head and got almost sent off for it.
Wow, I love that.
Strangely, it was seen at the time that maybe he was trying to do a symbol to say, look, I'm here in Austria now, I'm Jewish, I've got a kippah on my head, you didn't kill the Jews during the war. And
right.
UEFA sort of thought that was, inappropriate. It turns out that one of the club supporters was a guy with cancer who sent in the kippah and said, if you ever score a goal, please put this on.
Wow.
But I think just to prove that he has no hard feelings about World War II, he's gone to Kaiserslautern in Germany.
Well, as it is, if that was the case, again, I guess I'm biased because I'm Jewish, why would that be so offensive to put on a kippah in Austria?
I don't know. I think at the time he was when you score a goal, a lot of players, they cross themselves, they get on their knees,
Right.
they pray to God. It's a pretty normal thing. I think at the time, it was seen possibly he was trying to incite some sort of riot. I mean, he got booked for it, and if he'd been on a booking, he would have been sent off. I've no idea, and to me, ever since he did that, I've always kept an eye out for him because I thought it was a wonderful thing.
Yeah, I mean, think about it. Let's say you had a European team come to Israel, someone scored a goal, and they crossed themselves. Would that be considered starting a riot, or what if it was a team with Muslim players?
Right. Most things start a riot down there.
Right. Yeah, if you eat the wrong type of falafel, it might set them off. But in all seriousness, I mean, that is not a fair thing. What if the team or country is predominantly Muslim, and then let's say someone crosses themselves? The fact that it actually would affect the game and someone could be ejected for that, to me, is ludicrous.
Yeah. Although, if we were playing in Tehran, I wouldn't cross myself or do anything like that.
Well, I wouldn't go to Tehran, but... Yes.
I'm not sure we'd be welcome either.
Yeah, that's what I like to tell people. If you think Israel has problems, go to Tehran and say you're Jewish and see what happens. All right, now the World Cup draw was last month's Shabbat. Who is Israel playing?
Israel have got a reasonably good draw. I mean, Israel are ranked probably in the third tier of European teams. There are 9 European groups, and Israel was in the third tier. So the best teams are the first tier. Second best teams, second tier, and Israel third. And they got drawn against Portugal and Russia as the two difficult teams. Russia, sometimes when they're managed properly, under the last manager Gus Hiddink, I think they qualified for the previous World Cup and the previous European Championships, but missed out on the last European Championship. So they're very hit and miss, Russia. I think if you get Russia and it's not cold and it's away from home, Russia are a very beatable team. At home in the cold in November on an artificial pitch, Russia tend to do quite well. Portugal have always had skillful players, but I don't think they've ever won a major tournament. They've always flattered to deceive. They've got the great Cristiano Ronaldo in the team. But again, Israel might be able to hold out and beat Portugal. The rest of the group, Northern Ireland, Azerbaijan and Luxembourg, should be easy games for Israel. So there's a possibility if Israel can finish second, they'll get to the playoff draw and maybe make it to the World Cup for the first time in I think it's 40 years now.
Being joined by our guest, Mark Gordon, talking some soccer here. Mark, I want to get your predictions for the Premier League. Who do you think is going to take that? And tell us in general, other leagues across Europe, even if they're not as good as the Premier, what do you think is going to happen?
Well, this is something we used to argue about on our show last season. Which league was the best. And last year, the Premier League kept going until probably the penultimate week. In the end, Man United ran out winners. Man City made it to third. Chelsea was second. Arsenal fourth. I think Man City have invested. They've played together as a team. I think Man City will be in a position to push Man United this season. United are going through quite a bit of change, new players. United tend to have two, 3 good seasons together, and then when they change the team, they have an off year. Chelsea haven't invested so much this summer. They invested heavily in Fernando Torres last January, but he's proved to be a flop. So I think it could be between the two Manchester teams. Liverpool have strengthened a bit, but they were 6th last season. They've got a long way to go. Arsenal seem to be trying to hold on to the players that they've got at the moment. If I was a betting man, I would unfortunately pick Man United. But
I heard that sigh before you said that, so I knew what was coming.
Yeah, I think that there's still too much of a gap between United and City for this season, but I think City could run them close. I certainly hope they do, and City now have got the monkey off the back of not winning, having won the FA Cup last year. They now there was a sign at Old Trafford which used to say how long it was since City last won a trophy, and it made it all the way to 35 years before they finally took it down during the summer. So with that sort of off their back, hopefully City can do well, and they meet each other on Sunday in the opening game of the season, the Community Shield at Wembley. It's a friendly game, and the money's supposed to go to charity, but I don't think any game between City and United at Wembley is going to be friendly.
Explain to me, as an American bunkin bumpkin, whatever you want to call myself.
Salad
Dodger, all that good stuff. The concept of a friendly, that is not in American vernacular. So explain how that works to my audience here.
I suppose the closest thing for you Americans is the All-Star game.
Okay.
You know, there's no. I mean, in some sports, there's actually the home advantage, but for most people, the All-Star game is just a show game.
Right.
And across Europe, at the beginning of the soccer season, most countries have the cup winner against the league winner, and they even have something called the European Super Cup, which is the European champions Barcelona against, I think, the winners of the Europa League. So, you know, it's just that last pre-season warm-up. Most of the Premier League teams have been touring either the US or Asia the last month. In the old days, they used to warm up in an army camp, and they'd go and play a team from, you know, the lower leagues as part of their warm-up. Now they tend to travel around the world and go to Thailand and China and the US, and City even went to Canada, I think. So, you know, pre-season now is more of a money-maker, and the Community Shield is not really the big game that it used to be. Everybody got very excited about it because it was the start of the season, but really it's actually started a couple of weeks ago, with everybody touring around the world playing in the US Cup and the Dublin Cup and the Asia Cup and all sorts of other weird pre-friendly tournaments.
Yeah, basically you would call it an exhibition. Is that the best way to describe it?
It is, but you know, there is a trophy at the end of it, and certainly when it's a local derby like this, there'll be plenty of sort of bite on the pitch. City certainly want to prove to United that it's not just a flash in the pan, and they really are, you know, the bigger team in Manchester.
You know, an exhibition of soccer, that's one thing. I guess that makes sense. But exhibitions in American sports sometimes doesn't work out. Baseball, it does. But there were boxers that used to box in exhibitions. I never quite understood that. As we know from Rocky IV, someone got killed in an exhibition fight, so we don't want to.
Yeah,
we don't want to do
that. Apollo Creed.
Yeah, that was supposed to be an exhibition, but the Russian went too far.
Yeah,
so.
I know, but it was not as bad as when Clubber Lang beat Mickey in.
Yeah, he pushed him against that railing. That wasn't nice.
Shocking, but it was a nice lavoyer.
Yeah, it was. That's when we found out he was Jewish and not Irish, which gave us a lot of pride because Mickey is a stand-up guy. Last question before we let you go, and I asked this question because it's written here. Have you seen any good stand-up comedy on YouTube recently?
No, not at all.
Well, you should check out some more videos then.
Yeah.
Search harder.
No, I did see this one guy in a comedy club in Jerusalem, and it was really good, apart from the fact the guy's trousers were down his ankles.
Well, that was part of the act, I think.
Pardon?
I think that was part of the act, I think, was the trousers down.
Was it? I don't think he noticed. He was so busy ragging on everybody. He didn't know. Ladies and gentlemen, if you just want to put Ari Louis into YouTube, Ari Louis, Louis, you'll see what I mean. Shocking.
I can't wait till the hits on YouTube go up and up. But that was, there's nothing like insulting a bunch of people, and then you yourself are insulted because your pants are down, so that's good. What goes around comes around, you know?
As long as your underwear was clean.
You know what, don't ask questions you don't want the answer to. But and the interesting thing about that video was I had to edit out a lot of stuff because it was offensive. So what you saw was a much cleaner version of what I originally said. So that's kind of scary.
Well, I think what you left was relatively offensive.
Good. That was the point. And hopefully these two worlds won't cross because that could cost me some endorsement deals, or advertising, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah. All I can say is I'm not sharing a mikveh with you.
Good. Yes. Okay. Because I wouldn't. I mean, I don't want to share a mic with you either. How about that?
Good stuff.
Mark Gordon, everybody, from Goal the Soccer Show, and hopefully the fall we'll bring that show back. We just need some more airtime here on the station, or maybe even sooner we'll bring it back. We'll figure out something. We cannot continue without Mark Gordon. I don't want any more hateful emails and death threats written in marker. So, Mark Gordon, thank you so much for being on Lewis Live tonight.
Mine are the ones in crayon.
I'm sure. Probably a pink crayon, right? No, I'm kidding. But Mark, thanks so much. It was a lot of fun. I appreciate it.
Cheers, Ari.
Be well. That was Mark Gordon, former host of the Soccer Show, Goal, the Soccer Show. And we'll play that Ovechkin thing one more time because it's goal-related here. I'll just talk over it. Because
now picked up by
Ovechkin, this is actually a game with the Cowboys.
Ovechkin trying to drag it.
This is a beautiful play. Oh, we have a call? Okay, caller, you're on the air? What's your name and where are you calling from?
Shugi Harrow.
Shugi, and where are you calling from, my friend?
Beit Shemesh.
Beit Shemesh. What's on your mind? Talk to me.
Baseball, football, whatever.
Go ahead. Who's your favorite baseball team, Shugi?
Red Sox.
the Red Sox. So the Red Sox made a couple interesting moves. I was talking about this earlier in the top of the program. Now, they were kind of, I'd say, disappointed in where they wanted to go with some of their moves. They end up getting a pitcher. Theo talked about this. That's somewhat injury prone. What do you think with the Red Sox moves? They get Bedard, but they get Bedard. But they wanted Rich Harden. So go ahead from there.
About Rich Harden, I'm not sure I say about him, but Eric Bedard they added another ace rotation to their rotation, and they needed to pick up also their pitching staff because also they had a thing with Clay Buchholz, like the injury in June, which they wrote down on the listing, which is a sprain. But now they're thinking it's going to necessarily end his season on an injury. So they needed to also get new pitchers so they can add another ace, which Clay Buchholz is an ace.
Okay, now they also get Josh Fields, right, the 2008 first-round pick. What are your thoughts about adding Josh to the Sox?
Another good player can always help them. Like they can, another good player never hurts a team. So
sure. Absolutely. Now, David Ortiz is having a pretty good year, but most likely, well, there'll be some debate about this, but I'll let you make your case here on my program. Adrian Gonzalez, the MVP, tell us why.
He's just been spectacular this season. He came up, they knew he was going to be a big shot to be doing good. He has a lot of RBIs. He's helping the team. Without him, they wouldn't be exactly where they would be right now.
True. It's a great point. But what about this? I'm going to throw this at you. Jose Bautista, just a stellar year, 31 home runs, and he's kind of cooled off. But when you compare his numbers, he's batting 324, and Adrian Gonzalez has a better batting average at 357, probably the batting champ, but only 18 home runs. So the difference, 13 home runs. Gonzalez got the much better average. You think the tiebreaker is going to be the Red Sox or the better team than the Blue Jays?
There's also a difference in between those two players. Also because there's first of all, it's also there's a spectacular in the home runs for Jose Bautista, where he also came off. So he came off from like a season with like very low home runs. I think it was 14 or 16, and then next year like 51, then
right.
As in now 31, and he has a huge improvement. And also last year he was also like one of the most improved players. And Gonzalez has always been good. So actually, I think there would be a tiebreaker between them somehow.
Also, what's going to help your guy, 90 RBI to 71. Yeah. So that'll be a big plus for Adrian Gonzalez.
It's the difference of it's more home runs, less RBIs, more RBIs and less home runs, which is also a tough decision.
Now on your squad, the Red Sox right now, second baseman Dustin Pedroia, he's won an MVP. Gonzalez could get MVP. David Ortiz was second place MVP 2005. So pretty good players, experience, and so on. Tell me some more keys of the Red Sox as a guy that's a fan of the Red Sox, so the average fan doesn't think about when you go past those guys.
Repeat the question again.
Well, you have some stars in the Red Sox, guys that have won an MVP, and Dustin Pedroia. Poppy almost won an MVP a few years ago. Gonzalez could win the MVP this year. But who are some players that, if you're an average fan watching baseball, that you should keep an eye on that you would not normally think to watch?
I mean, necessarily most of the players are players that you should be watching. Like Pedroia, as you see, the first time when the first look at him, you think he's not a good player. He's not that tall. You don't think he has much potential. But once you've seen the past couple of years, he's good. He's someone you can keep an eye on because he's just showing that the height or size doesn't mean anything.
Right, and now some more things. When I asked about Clay Buchholz, of course, transfer to 16 ADL. We'll talk about that. I'm very impressed with the play of Jacoby Ellsbury. He leads the Sox with runs and stolen bases, over 30 stolen bases, over 80 runs scored. So talk about Jacoby's importance on the Boston Red Sox.
He's big to him. It's also then the lineup with him and Pedroia. It's also these articles I had read. It's a lot of pitchers. Pedroia and Ellsbury just back to back each other. Like they have very good averages, good hitting, good potential at bat, and you can intend that the pitcher gets scared or ever, knowing that there's two good hitters coming up for him, that like it could be in trouble. And Asbury with the stolen bases is a huge step for pitchers. So once he gets on base, they don't know what to do with Pedroia because first of all, Asbury can go and steal whenever he wants, basically, and Pedroia is a huge hitter. So they don't know how to throw or how to pitch to both of them.
And Josh Beckett been pitching great this season. ERA 2.17. 133 innings, and Beckett's been there, done that, won a World Series with the Marlins, and of course was the ALCS MVP in 2007. So talk about Josh's role with your ball club.
Amazing. He asked, I think it was 2 years ago, where the year they didn't make the Red Sox didn't make the playoffs, that year he hasn't. He had a down year. I think he came back from the injury and off and on, and basically he had his off year. But totally he came back from that injury, and the next year he went up and started doing good. And it was a big on the Red Sox to get Josh Beckett.
Okay, my man, you wanted to talk some football, so go ahead. Who's your favorite team in the NFL?
The Patriots.
The Patriots. Okay, Patriots, a lot of moves they made. They get Albert Hainsworth. They get Chad Ochocinco, the former Patriot, the one who set the record for receiving touchdowns in the season with 23. Randy Moss calling it a career. So let's start with Randy. What are your thoughts about him shutting it down?
He was big, and especially in that undefeated season that they had. And I also think about the second move.
Hey, my man, almost undefeated, 18-1, almost undefeated.
Yeah, in the season,
in regular season, right?
He broke the record. Him and Tom Brady. I think without them, they couldn't have done anything. When the second SI move, I thought the Patriots are going down, and they ended up getting Deion Branch, and they got these pairs which were able to cover it. But I think if they had Randy Moss, they could have done better. And also about Ochocinco, he's another star. He can got the potential of a star wide receiver, and he is also you have to watch. He's a little bit of a hothead, so he's good, but you also watch out of him.
Yeah, absolutely. And last year the Red Sox 14-2. But when they ran into the Jets, I think the biggest issue for the Jets, they had a better running game, and we'll see if Albert Hainsworth is able to make some impact there. They're fine. They lost Randy Moss last season, but again, Deion Branch is a great pickup. Now they have Chad Ochocinco. More targets for Tom Terrific. Tell us more football news. What do you have for me for tonight's program?
They had all their trades and stuff. Also about the lockout before, when we thought there was going to be a lockout, it came to an end, and basically I think the Patriots have a good shot at the Super Bowl this year.
Yeah, absolutely. Again, they haven't been in a Super Bowl in a while, but since 42.
Yeah, but they've been paying good, and I'm actually, I guess, not necessarily get to there, but I think they have a good shot and the potential of getting to the Super Bowl this year. Okay,
now again, I'll tell you what. Let's get some Super Bowl prediction out of you right now. Who's coming from the AFC and who's coming from the NFC?
I think the way that everyone's been playing, I think, again, it's about, I guess we have three teams. I guess one of them I can say is Patriots, not only because I like them, it's also I think they have good potential. The Jets also have been playing very well. I think they also, and then there's the Steelers again, which have been doing amazing past years. I think they still have gone good. And then from the other side, they can, I guess, the Bears can also, again, usually the teams that come off good can come off good for the next year.
Okay, absolutely. Now, I'm not going to make my Super Bowl prediction at this point, but probably we'll look into some of the teams you mentioned, so definitely appreciate that. And before we let you go, my friend, what else would you like to say tonight?
I think that's about it.
All right, great. Call for Beit Shemesh, and don't be a stranger. We really appreciate you calling in, and thanks for being on Louis Live tonight.
Okay, thank you very much.
Be well. And we had a couple callers tonight. If you want to join in and call, you're listening out there in Radio Land in the homeland, 02-563-1492, and in the Old Country, 301-850-2484. So what we're going to do is we'll take a commercial break. When we come back, your phone calls after this.
Offering the best of Israel at the best price, Shalom Israel Tours and help you make your next trip to Israel the adventure of a lifetime. Shalom Israel Tours will customize a trip to Israel for your family or group. Specializing in bar mitzvah packages, outdoor adventure vacations, wine tours, and more, Shalom Israel Tours is sure to inspire. So whether you're looking for a customized trip, a day tour, or a car rental, Shalom Israel Tours is here to help. Email us at inspire@shalomisraeltours.com or click the banner on the Israel Sports Radio homepage, and soon you will find yourself in Israel. That's Shalom Israel Tours, www.shalomisraeltours.com.
Are you ready to get serious about your health and fitness? iFit trainers provide one-on-one personal training and put together the best fitness program to get the right results for you. Find your I in FIT. We offer certified personal trainers with elite athletic experience and flexible hours at the convenience of your own home. Classes are offered in English and in Hebrew. We serve Jerusalem and the surrounding areas. For more information and to schedule your first workout session, call Alyssa at 054-759-7280 or email Alyssa, ELISSA, at i-fit.co.il. Visit us at www.i-fit.co.il or click on the iFit banner on the Israel Sports Radio homepage.
Feeling overwhelmed with all you have to do? Let your personal shopper help. Chani is an experienced gift shopper and can help free up your day. Chani can assist you in finding the perfect gift for your upcoming simchas or pick up those light items at the grocery. And don't forget, if you are in the area of the Israel Center on Karen HaYesod, stop by on Monday or Tuesday between 8:30 a.m. and 12:30 p.m. to check out all the great gifts Chani has to offer. For more information, call 02-654-2155 or email chani at netvision.net.il. Don't forget to check out her great website at www.chanisgifts.com.
Israel Sports Dynamics specializes in football consulting, equipment, uniforms, and more. Great brands such as Nike, Russell Athletics, Shutt Sports Products, and many more. Just one call away. With over 30 years coaching experience with university and professional athletes, Terry Hill, owner of ISD, can advise you for all your sports needs. Call 054-581-3248. That's 054-581-3248. Visit our website at www.isdisrael.com. If that's not easy enough, click on the ISD banner on the Israel Sports Radio website and be part of the game.
All right, back here on Louis Live. Last couple segments here to go. I cannot believe what is potentially happening out in Arlington. Goodness gracious. You're not going to believe this if I tell you. There's a team out there that wants to ban the wave. Take a listen.
It's been a fan favorite at stadiums and parks for 30 years, but don't expect the Rangers faithful to be cooled by the wave, because officials at the ballpark in Arlington are trying to ban it. The First Place Rangers have posted this sign on their scoreboard during recent games, warning that doing this celebratory move can lead to injury or cause your kids to be sold to the circus. Sure, it's a joke, but a lot of Ranger fans have been complaining that other fans doing the wave was ruining their ballpark experience. And in a related story in Texas, Houston Astro fans are complaining that the Stros players have been ruining their ballpark experience.
Haha.
Stare down the opposition, just don't stare down their insects.
That's absolutely absurd. I don't know when the wave was created. One second. We're being told our stream went down. Let's see here. We'll try to take care of that. Okay. No. Well, hopefully everything is going according to plan. Apologize if there's any technical difficulties. The idea that Arlington, the ballpark in Arlington, would try to shut down the wave is ludicrous. And I don't care if it disturbs fans' experience. Let me tell you a story. In 1998, the first year of the IMAX, the first season, me and my mom and my brother went to see the IMAX play the St. Louis Cardinals. Mark McGwire teed off, had a grand slam, and that was the year he had 70 home runs. He cheated, but nevertheless, at the time, we thought it was legitimate. So, I'm sorry, 1 second. Okay, hold on. I'm just trying to figure something out here. Okay, so, and we were yelling and screaming happy for the Cardinals, and this fan, again, this is Phoenix, it's Podunk, but in any case, she asked us to be quiet. And my mom was like, no, this is a baseball game. Baseball, there's not a lot of action going on. A lot of the action is in the stands. Waves, people yelling, people get drunk, having a good time. That's a big part of it. If the wave bothers you, watch the game at home. That's all. Just watch the game at home. If someone would tell me to not do the wave, I would do the wave longer than I was planning on doing it just to stick it to them. That's absolutely that's ludicrous. They should be ashamed of themselves. We'll try pulling that stunt in New York and see what happened. Sorry, it's hard to have a meeting with people. 1 second. Yep, I'm talking to people on Facebook while I'm doing this. Okay, so that's absolutely absurd. Just absolutely absurd. Absolutely absurd. Okay, so I just can't get over that. It's interesting stuff. I'm mad at those two guys attacked the Giants fan. I like to crack their skulls and kick their ass, and now this with the two bad baseball stories. Two bad baseball stories. All right, we're going to open up the lines now. And again, if you want to call in from the Holy Land, 02563-1492. And from the Old Country, 301-850-2484. We've had some great callers. Open phone lines for the last segment here on Louis Live. We could talk about baseball trades, basketball, the lockout that they're potentially working on, getting something done, and all the NFL moves. So, again, feel free to... 1 second here. Just interactive programming, nothing like live radio. Okay. So, again, we're going to talk a little NBA right now, but you're again welcome to call about any topic. And we do have a caller. Caller, are you there?
Hey, Louis Live. I'm going to welcome myself. It's NBA Dave.
Hey, NBA Dave. Pleasure, and great Shabbat host as well. Thanks so much for having me over on Shabbat.
Oh, my pleasure. You got to come again.
Absolutely. What a lovely family, and your cousin, wow, he can sure ask a lot of questions, I'll tell you that.
Listen, he was awed. He was like, you know, we're having this big sports figure from the media over. I gotta come. I gotta see him. Can I touch him? I said, no, you can't touch him.
Well, he was asking so many questions, he could be a journalist, so he should get in the media himself.
That guy's diehard. I have never seen a yeshiva guy, and he's a serious yeshiva guy.
Sure, yeah.
And there are plenty of yeshiva guys that are into sports. I have never seen a guy so good on his stats.
Yeah.
He really knows his stuff. I mean, I've gone through drafts with him. I've gone through, he's a big baseball and football guy. I've gone through, different stuff. I mean, he's really, it's really cool.
It's not often, at least with NBA drafts, that get stumped, but I got stumped of who was the number one 2006 draft. I had pretty much all of them since 1993, but 06 he got me, so call it kavod. But NBA David, man, Derek Fisher and David Stern and all this kind of stuff. I got to ask you a question. If this thing turns south or continues to turn south, because it's already somewhat south, do we call you European basketball, Dave?
I don't know. I mean, you can just call me Basketball Dave, but
okay.
I got to tell you something, Howard. Today, I don't know if you saw it on Facebook at all, but today I was feeling so dry of NBA, and I went down to Malcha, and I picked up a Derrick Rose jersey.
Wow.
I don't know how that works as a Knicks fan because my choices were very difficult, and I actually wanted your opinion on this. I had a choice, it's not at the NBA store on Fifth Avenue in New York City over here.
Yeah.
In Malcha, we got a choice of KG, Derrick Rose, or Dwight Howard.
Right. Okay, right. I saw that question.
Okay, let me hear your take.
And it's weird because for the longest time I had a hate relationship with him, but I would take KG. I really like the guy's passion. Yes, he's overpaid. He was overpaid when he was 21 years old, but I love the guy's passion. I mean, he was on a losing team in Minnesota. He was partly to blame for that because they couldn't get any free agents because of his contract, but I love his passion. Derrick Rose hasn't proven enough. I mean, he's won an MVP, but I would go with KG in that situation.
Okay, so my first choice was KG, but then I had a dilemma. I said, listen, I hate the Yankees, so I love the Red Sox. Okay, that means that's one up for Boston. But I love the Jets, so I hate the Patriots, so that's one down for Boston.
Right.
Now, as a Knicks fan, and getting, knocked out of the playoffs, as much as I love KG, and I'm a guy, okay, I'm a guy who painted his toenails green and white during the 2008 NBA Finals, okay?
In honor of the Celtics.
And yeah, in honor of the Celtics, and I still couldn't bring myself to go ahead and buy a KG jersey. And even though, listen, I said the downside of the D Rose jersey is that it's a bit bandwagon. You know what I mean? MVP, breakout season where he, totally took it up to another level, took his team to the conference finals. I said it's a little bandwagon, but I had to go with Derrick Rose. I figured Dwight Howard's gonna be traded. He's not gonna be playing for Orlando next. By the time we get a new season or the one after. So I figured, I'm going to have to go with Derrick Rose.
Andy's story, he's only bought one jersey with a name on it. That was Jason Bay when he's on the Red Sox, and right after Jason was traded. So Andy kind of learned his lesson.
I heard that from Andy, yeah.
By the way, I brought in the 2006 draft, the number one pick. What a shock. I did not remember this gentleman's name. Andrea Bagnani.
Bargnani from Toronto Raptors.
Toronto Raptors, originally from Italy.
Three-point shooter, yeah.
Oh.
He should be the other Dirk.
Absolutely. Now, the draft had a couple of players that are still relevant today. There's a Rudy Gay, who maybe is not that good but makes a ton of money. And you had Jordan Farmer at 26, who's a pretty good player, and some guy named Rajon Rondo, who was drafted number 21 by my Phoenix Suns, but he left for whatever reason and didn't work out.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Oh, man, I am being so homesick right now for NBA. I mean, I was sitting back, and it's like so dry. You don't even have a good baseball game to go to over here, just to chill out. Now, can you catch me up, because I lost the feed for a second. What were you saying about the Wave?
There's the Rangers stadium in Arlington. They put up signs telling people not to do the Wave because it's been people have been complaining about the Wave. It disrupts their baseball experience.
Really? Now, it's interesting because you say that, and then you said how it wouldn't fly in New York, right?
Oh, yeah. At least my opinion.
Okay, so listen to this. It was beginning of the baseball season. I was in Citi Field this year, and they start doing the Wave, and it goes around once, twice, 3 times, and I was all into it. It was after a couple beers, and okay, we did the Wave a couple times. Maybe it went. I think it hit somewhere middle of the 4th time. It died down, and the next morning on the radio, a very popular show host who I happen to like, his name is Joe Beningo. He does the midday show on WFAN in New York. Doesn't come close to Israel Sports Radio, but it is a pretty good show.
Absolutely.
And he was going on and on and on. How what is this? A Girl Scouts cheer? What are we? WNBA? Excuse me, no pun intended. You Ari Louis Mercury fan, but what is this? Europe? We're doing the Wave over here in New York City. Where's the macho-ness? Where's the man in you? And I was like, come on, we had a good time. So it's funny that you mentioned that because it seems that the tough guy Brooklynites don't go for the Wave.
Right, but they would never ban the Wave in Yankee Stadium.
You can't ban something in Citi Field, something that's being done. I mean, you can't ban that in New York anywhere. I mean, it's really hard to ban anything that's traditional in New York. Cause
I almost feel like if they did, the tough Brooklynites would join the guys who do the Wave and say...
yeah, then we got to do the Wave.
It would just multiply. It's it's telling New Yorker not to do something, just do it to stick it to you. But I was just shocked by that, and also I was shocked. I was very angry with this. What happened out at San Francisco with the beating up of the Giants fans?
Oh yeah, that was the opening week. Yeah,
I would love to have those guys in a room. I cannot wait till they get in they meet their new cell roommate, Bubba. And
big boy Bubba.
And Bubba will have a Giants cap on.
Yeah.
So try doing that to me. So what goes around comes around. But I guess we don't know for a while with this whole lockout thing. The players are getting paychecks till November. Do you think there's a certain deadline, kind of a D-Day, that even as much as you love the NBA, you say, okay, it's not done by this day and it's all over?
Well, listen, I'm never gonna unfollow that guy with the unpronounceable name on Twitter. The Yahoo writer. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Wojnarowski or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm never gonna stop checking Chris Broussard's articles. And I mean, listen, basketball is that's my sport. And although as a dummy as I am in football, I am starting to pay so much more attention because I'm so nervous about what's gonna come this fall. And But yeah, listen, you can't say the NBA is over. I mean, there may not be a season, and I'm thinking, if this thing doesn't resolve itself by the end of summer, this thing is then there is no season. But you can't push it away. I mean, you could get a little more involved in EuroLeague, especially if you're in Israel. You can see what happens with Kobe. I doubt he'll sign overseas. We spoke about this on the phone, although I did see that he's dealing with China now even more seriously than Turkey.
Right, that's right. That's the new story that he's dealing with China. And I'm not sure if we spoke about this on air about, actually, I believe not, Chris Paul and Anthony now looking to go to China as well.
Right, they're actually doing a tour right now. I think it's for the Nike, Jordan shoes. They're out there in Hong Kong, and they're having a good time, and they're talking about it. I haven't really seen anything concrete. Their agents haven't said anything that I've heard of, but they both, mentioned something like that they would consider it. And I think international bowl, and this might end up being a little bit of David Stern's dream, in a way, because he's looking to internationalize basketball. And obviously he doesn't want to lock out, but this might actually help basketball, globally. Now, I don't really care about global basketball because I want basketball to be played in the NBA, and that's it.
Right.
But it is, it could be an interesting thing should some superstars, and I'm not talking about just Deron Williams, whether, he is, a top all-star, but, he's not going to cut it. But if you have Chris Paul, Carmelo Anthony, and maybe Kobe, and I'm sure others will follow, playing throughout Europe and China, things will turn interesting. Things will really turn interesting, Obviously, that's all over the second the lockout's over, and they're right back on their former teams. But that should turn things interesting. I'd love to see EuroLeague flooded with NBA competition. That would make a very fun season this year.
You never know with David Stern, NBA Dave. He could be doing this whole thing on purpose. You just never know.
Now, do you think the Jew inside him would be doing this whole thing on purpose so Maccabi can get an NBA?
He froze the envelope in '85. Anything is possible with David Stern. But give David Stern credit. I mean, as popular and global as NBA is, before Stern got there, the NBA Finals were on tape delay, and he took over in '84. Granted, some guy named Mike was drafted in that year, but Stern deserves a lot of credit.
Listen, that's a Jewish Cup right there. I mean, he turned the NBA into I guess it comes right after NFL, in popularity and in media popularity and in television ratings. I don't think baseball has as high ratings as the NBA. Am I correct?
Yeah, you're correct. And in the NBA Finals, I mean, that's part of the reason why this lockout is such a shame. This was the highest-rated NBA Finals since 1998, Jordan's last appearance in the NBA Finals.
Right.
So they were doing well, and now they're blowing it. NBA Dave, one last question before we let you go. Your boy, the man who arguably single-handedly, well, he had some help, but he certainly was a big part of bringing the Knicks down. Isaiah Thomas gets to the news because he apparently was at a nightclub, and he really liked the singing of Tyron Manning, who's been in a couple of movies, Crossroads, 8 Mile, Jack and Jill, and so on, and he gave her a $100 tip, and Manning was so happy she took a picture holding the $100 bill in front of fans. So Isaiah he's a generous fellow, isn't he?
Well, listen, I got to tell you something. Isaiah, and I hated him, from the second he walked into the Garden. I mean, from the second he did the Marbury move, and I think it was 03. Is that 03? Is that what it is?
03 after the offseason 03.
He and his Keith Van Horn and all that kind of stuff, and and then later with Eddie Curry. But I want to tell you something. I was listening, and it was on New York. It was on a New York station where they were pointing out some moves that went unnoticed. That Isaiah did some great stuff for the Knicks. Now, I'll never say we should bring Isaiah back into the Garden. I mean, please, I love you, Florida International. You're the best thing that ever happened to me. But,
that's great.
But they, I think Zach Randolph was doing.
Not true.
Bringing him.
That's a good pickup.
There was some other moves, and I can't remember them offhand. They were bringing out that Isaiah did positive things for the Knicks that we overlook, and as much as I can't stand him, as much as he set back my franchise, the guy's a basketball genius. Listen, The guy was so smart that he was able to freeze out Jordan on his own team in the All-Star game.
That's true.
I mean, the guy's a basketball genius. You know, he has his charisma, he has his moves. If he would just, have the proper perspective when it comes to making moves, and he'd do everything right. I mean, listen, the guy could create a basketball program. The guy's cut out for basketball. I just can't seem to accept him back, after what he's done to the Knicks.
Well, I think the worst thing he did, and this is something us media folk certainly laughed at, when he insinuated that Larry Brown wanted Isaiah to trade for Steve Francis. And that was just a good laugh because...
Oh, right. Oh, please don't remind me.
I was like, yeah, sure. That's a good one, Isaiah. But the best thing a highlight in a negative way, of course, was the Knicks lost $11.6 million because of his sexual harassment case. So just the good times kept going for Isaiah. But hey, thankfully for the Knicks fans, he's not in the ball club anymore or associated with them in any way, shape, or form.
Yeah, listen, Florida International, if you extend his contract and just keep him there forever, I appreciate that.
Well, it'll be a day we got to run, but thanks for calling in, man.
Thanks a lot, Ari.
Thanks for Shabbos.
Love it. Lewis live forever.
All right. This is our show. Thanks, man. Be well. All right. That wraps up our show. We hope everyone had a good Rosh Chodesh. I'm still upset I lost my briefcase, but hey, man, got to be thankful for what you have, and I'm very happy about that. Tomorrow, great show. Andy Dorff and Ari Bluestein. Hopefully, we'll catch up with Yonah Mishan on a belated birthday at that point. And that's it. It's all right. God bless, and good night.